Hello, everyone, and welcome to welcome to episode. Dadgummit, I forgot I can't do that. Welcome to episode 36 of Gaming GT Insider. This is a place where you can come and join us for a quick insight to all things gaming. Dadgummit. Sorry, everyone. I'm first time streaming this, so I keep messing things up. Okay, that will enhance. Here's Okay, I'm gonna just restart. My bad. Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to episode 36 of GT Insider. This is a place where you can come to join us for a quick insight to all things gaming and maybe hear something that will enhance your G Tribe experience. As always, everything of this show is the opinion of the host and not necessarily the opinion of Gaming Tribe or Mass Luminosity. Today we have with us Angel, Theodore, and we'll have Alex Anderson with us as soon as he returns to his chair. He picked a non-opportune time to leave us, unfortunately. Okay, so y'all are going to be talking with us about the RWD advancements, correct, Angel?
I think
Today?
that's the plan. Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. See if Alex will return to his seat. See, I heard the door close. Let's see. Okay.
There
Eh,
he is.
ah,
Yes. He
hey!
can't
He's
hear us yet.
back.
He has to
Oh
grab
yeah.
his headset. His cool headset.
Yeah, the fancy Bluetooth one. I got a Bluetooth one so I can put my phone in my backpack and not be freaked out about slamming
Yeah, I
into
do
it.
too. Yeah, those are fantastic. I do have
Super
one.
handy.
There he is. He has
Hey,
no
there he
idea.
goes. He has no idea what's about to happen. Hey, he's back.
We're live. We were talking to your chair, Alex.
Yeah,
Anyway, well, thank you for having us. Theodore and I a little tired after
yeah, you all talking about that.
yeah, after working all night, and
Oh
thank
man.
you, Alex, for joining us also.
Thanks for having
Uh,
me.
yeah, no, this is great. You know, I think it's important that we start by saying thank you to the community at large for their support and their patience in the development of Gaming Tribe RWD. I am sure that many people did not even know what RWD meant before we started talking about it, and now I think that everybody understands the value of that decision. And most of all, I want to thank my friend Theodore for all his hard work and his dedication and to perfection in all ways, and to stay focused on this incredible project. I think it's really the things that we have accomplished here are the things that people read about. And what I like about what's happening is really the community is still small, relatively speaking, and everybody is listening and being part and has been part of this process will always remember these days where we were. Some people will join. Hundreds of thousands of people are going to come behind the people that have already joined, and they're going to see RWD, and they're going to see things popping up, and they're going to think, oh wow, that's just cool. It's all natural. But everybody that basically is on this call have seen the whole evolution and transformation from the first time we released Gaming Tribe, that everything was static, to moving, over the course of this year into an incredible experience. And thank you, Theodore, again for everything you've done to make this a reality for all of us. I mean, this is the kind of thing that books are written about. I mean, we have Slane that's not on with us right now in Germany, Theodore in Portugal, and myself in the USA. The three of us have been so focused on this to bring our community something that they've never seen before, and that's what we're doing right now. So I like to say that I mentioned in the interview that I did recently with Embarify uh, that that we over-engineered Gaming Tribe from the most demanding audience in the world. And when they say, "Wow, this is cool and this is nice," I know we've accomplished our mission. So we're getting a lot of
Yeah.
those. Of course, there's bugs, but Theodore is probably working on them right now. So,
I
so
know
he's,
there was one that popped up just yesterday about I can't remember what it was, but I saw them like talking about it on the status, and one guy was like, "Hey, you should send a bug report to Theodore," and he was like, "Ooh, excuse me, already did it, and then you posted back, hey, thanks for sending me the bug report, I got it. It was really funny to just see the little exchange that happened really quickly there. So it's great to see that. And what, like you were saying, Angel, you over-engineered it for an audience that is very demanding. I know, like, I'll get screen tearing on a game for like 2 seconds to get really irritated with like the game and be like, what's going on with this? And so the fact that you have people like gamers who are always trying to get the best performance out of every single thing they do, saying, "Wow, this is really nice. This is really good." That's really impressive when you think about it, because nobody really demands more out of their computer and out of the stuff they do on said computer than people who play video games, honestly. So it's really
Yeah.
good.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I know that Theodore is super tired.
Yeah.
He's a little bit in zombie mode right now. And
Mhm.
I was in caveman mode. I had to actually shave. I had a big old beard going on
Oh,
before
you should have
this
left
because
it. That would have been awesome.
yeah, I wanted to, but
People wouldn't miss Tim as much. They'd be like, "Oh, his beard's still here. It's okay."
yeah. So anyway, I also want to thank. So I mentioned this before, but we have now a new sponsor, and it, I don't know if Alex did it on purpose, but he has the G there, right? I mean that the G is it's and your human power icon on my screen are on the same on the same plane,
Oh
so
wow,
it looks
yeah,
really
that worked
cool.
really well.
So anyway, but I want to thank.
That was intentional to give Logitech some love.
That's great, but it's also even with your human power icon, by the way. It just happens to work that way. But anyway, but I wanna really thank the guys at Logitech G. They have really stepped up and are helping us in a lot of different ways to create this experience for all the gamers. And I'm really touched, by the way, that so many members of the community have been buying their products, including Alex Anderson, that bought their uber expensive keyboard, which
I want it so bad. I
I
know which
think
one you're
he's super
talking
happy
about.
with it. I don't know. You can be honest if you're not. By the way, Alex.
I am absolutely happy with it. I mean, I have that policy of never buying a keyboard that's over $150 because I just figure there's just nothing that would do it. And then came Logitech with the 910, and now I have it. I
And
even pre-ordered it too, and
and
Logitech was awesome enough to send it to me next day air too. On top of that,
yeah,
which is
they're
very
incredible.
nice.
So,
It's a
and
beautiful thing.
yeah. And the person in charge of Logitech G of all their marketing and all that, the VP of marketing is a guy by the name of Brent Barry, and I've known Brent for wow, I'm gonna say the last 15 years or so when he worked for AMD.
Oh wow.
And then he recently left AMD to join Logitech G, and he called me to sit down and try to understand Gaming Tribe, and it was just the funniest conversation because it really conversation we only really talked about Gaming Tribe for maybe 20-30 minutes, and then we talked about other stuff. And then the next time I heard from him, he said, "Yeah, we're totally committed. We want to help Gaming Tribe grow to the next possible level. So we're on board with you." And I was just, I just think that a thank you to them, and I want to say that I'm really touched by the community buying their products. Of course, they're cool, and Logitech G has brought some great new products to the marketplace. But I know that some people, given that a product is about the same in two different categories, if they have to pick between a sponsor and a non-sponsor, they pick a sponsor. Every time you do that, and anybody that's hearing this or that watches this again, when you do that, you help us in so many different ways. Not directly because we don't get paid by your purchases,
No.
but indirectly by the fact that you're supporting a company that supports us in the new way that we're doing advertising, by doing zero advertising, and by having companies invest in the experiences that we want to have with you in our own community. And that's a whole different way of looking at it. And when you go out there and you say, "Yeah, I'm buying this," and you post it, that really helps us. So thank you so much to everybody. Anyway, that's all I had to say.
Yeah, I gotta
If
say.
you get Theodore to talk, I'm gonna be very impressed.
Oh, okay. Well, I was about to ask, what all is coming with the next set of RWD releases? Because I know that I think the new message is supposed to come out, and that the live feed is supposed to be on the next on RWD 2, I think it is. That we were calling it.
Phase 2, yes,
Phase 2,
phase 2.
yeah, that's it.
That's
So
out.
it is
Yes.
fully. Oh, I've been
Uh,
lost in my books all weekend because I've got exams coming up, so I've missed a lot of stuff that's actually going on in the last
That's
couple of
okay.
weeks. Been freaking out.
So that's what we've been working on. We wanted
Okay.
before the show to launch some of the aspects of Gaming Tribe RWD Phase 2. And
Oh,
then, so I would think that the logical question for Theodore will be what things have been currently deployed, what things can people
yes.
do, and then what things can they look forward to in the next few days.
Well, since the last time, since the phase one, there were quite a few new things added. Well, there are a lot of bugs fixed, of course, but the new additions is the messenger, of course. It's entirely new backend, new code, new everything, new look. It's much faster, and you get instant message notifications, and it's just much more smoother. And in about a day or a couple of days, there's going to be a page to create your own chat, so you can add any number of people, your friends or just random people you know. You can just add them and chat with them. You can give it any name. You can choose a topic, and you can send images. You can attach images to messages now,
Ooh.
and soon there'll be files as well. That will be added within a couple of days. And then the notifications, they're finally live. You don't need to refresh the page anymore. They will pop up at the bottom of the screen, and they will disappear within a few seconds. And if you click on it, it'll just show the page that was updated. And then the next step would be to also update the statuses and the status feed, and as well as the like counters and share counters and all those little things on the page. They
Hmm.
would also update as soon as somewhere in the world somebody presses the button, and that might take a week or more than a week, but
That's fair.
that's the next logical step.
Yeah, I definitely I have Alex was talking about before the show started how he liked the new look of the messenger, and I honestly didn't know what he was talking about because on my end I couldn't see it for some reason, and I just pulled it up while you're talking there, and it looks very nice, and I definitely like the fact that it sort of got sort of like almost the text messaging, the iPhone slash Android sort of feel to like showing the picture of the person you're talking to beside their speech bubbles, because like now it's very easy to sort of navigate who said what in the conversation rather than looking at like the name that's right beside it. So it's definitely it looks really nice and it is really it's a lot faster loading too. It's really pretty.
Yeah, Joe, what the reason that's one of the reasons that we felt it was important uh, when we launch the new Gaming Tribe social media interface to have people upload a front facing picture of themselves, of their face. I explained before that psychologically, we are very tuned into people's faces and we make instant decisions about them
Hmm.
just by looking at them. But beyond that, when you're now communicating, if you notice that slowly the face of everyone has been appearing in different places from their comments and all that, we're so
Yeah.
slowly populating the entire. That was the reason. It wasn't because we're neo Nazis or anything like that and wanted people to just do that, for no other reason, but because it makes the experience a lot more personal. And since Gaming Tribe, you are forced to use your real name, or forced or encouraged to use. I mean, people can put a fake name, but if we, obviously, if we see the account, it gets deleted.
Yeah.
But now you have a real name. Now you have, a real face and all that. And when you're chatting with someone, especially when you're chatting, I think that makes it a lot more intimate and a lot more personal. And I like it. And the idea of doing that actually was a combination of both Theodore and Slane that worked in the initial aspects of that. I had really very little influence on the look and feel of the messenger. By the time I saw it, it was basically what you're looking at now, and it
Well,
was and it's nice. It really is nice. So
it's definitely well made, and I've only looked at it in the light version, so I'll have to switch over to dark at some point and look at it again,
it looks
just
it looks
to
great in
see.
both
Yeah,
versions, but
of
but
course.
but bear in mind that's not the final version
Yeah.
of it. There's an upgrade coming Theodore needs to get some sleep, and then he has
Definitely,
school
yeah.
tomorrow and all that. But
Me
once
too.
he gets back and he finishes uploading the new aspects of it, you'll see that it's really really cool. Especially when we do the chats. The chats are
The
done.
chats
They
are
just
definitely something I think almost everyone is excited for, especially on
it,
the volunteer chat that we've all been like talking about it every once in a while. It pops up.
yeah. When is that gonna? What is your estimate on that, Theodore, on the chats?
Well, they're working already, just missing a few things, a few UI elements, just like to start a chat and to manage it, to edit the name, things like that.
Okay. All right.
So a couple of days it should be live.
Okay. Sounds great.
It's awesome. That's
I
really
know
cool.
Alex is excited about that since Alex has been asking me, because the volunteers, which by the way, interestingly enough, I was thinking if somebody asked me what's the number one question you get at Gaming Tribe, if somebody asked me that question, I would have to answer that the question is, how can I become a volunteer? I get that so many times, and I always send them to Alex. I don't know
Yeah.
what happens with Alex, but Alex, we can. I don't. I came up with this rule that we can only have 33, and now it's 35
35.
volunteers. And
Yeah.
before it was 33, and then recently we added another 2
Yeah.
volunteers.
We've
But
been
I
there's
think
a
that if
waiting
we
list,
went up,
isn't there?
yeah,
To be
I
a
think if we
volunteer.
I think if we
There
if we
is. There is.
if we increase it to 100, people will populate it right away. And,
Oh
and
yeah.
and by the way, the request went up as soon as we launched the badge. So as soon, right, Alex? I mean, as soon as there was a badge for it, people were like, "Wait a
That's funny.
second, what's a volunteer?" So,
That's
but
That's
anyway,
really
but
funny.
now
that's true. They
yeah,
have
one of
about
the
20. There's about 20, I think, around 20 on the wait list for
oh
someone who
really?
wants
I
to get
thought it
in.
was more than that. Okay,
So right now it's about 20, because we added
so we
some of
could have
us.
55 volunteers right now.
We could.
If we wanted to.
Yeah, and I just got 2 requests today. So anyway, but one of the requests from Alex was that he wanted a chat, a private chat for the volunteers, and right now, I guess you guys chat on Facebook,
Yes,
correct?
we are
We do it
using
on
Facebook currently.
Facebook's this
I get constant notifications to my phone throughout the day that there are more Facebook messages going back and forth on that chat.
Since their app sucks,
but
by the
it's
way.
Gosh.
it has like no features in it as well too.
Yeah.
So it's,
Yeah.
you using it is just tedious, especially now that they force you to go to use their messenger.
Yeah, and my main issue with the Messenger is honestly when you tap when it switches you over to Messenger from the Facebook app, hitting the back button on my Android at least doesn't send me back to Facebook. It'll send me away from the Messenger eventually. I'm just like, oh yeah, but it's no big deal. Also, but I remember there were some points like since I leave my computer on at night a lot, and we talked about how I have to turn off, I have to turn out the lights on Gaming Tribe and stuff. I remember I used to have to I would have to silence the Gaming Tribe's community volunteer chat at night because people would just still be talking on it because it's global, so some people are getting up right when I'm going to bed, and then so
Mm.
my computer would just constantly be going bloop 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 bloop, and I was just like, no, silence, please, computer, stop. Why? So I'm excited for the Gaming Tribe one to come
Joe,
in.
that
It's gonna be
reminds
great.
me, we do have quite a huge following in the Philippines and quite a few volunteers there. And
Hmm.
my hopes are that they're fine after this typhoon has gone
Yeah,
through the Philippines. And my thoughts are with every single one of our volunteers and every single one of the community members. I have to say, I've had very warm feelings for our followers and followers and volunteers that reside in the Philippines. They were the first major country to really embrace the goals of mass luminosity, of fraternity, and of getting along and all that, and giveaways, and having an opportunity to enter our giveaways. And so I really, every time I hear that they're going through another typhoon or something, it really does bother me. But we do work with an organization at Mass Luminosity that is a first responder. There last year, we showed a video that they recorded for the community of them once the typhoon went through there, and then we're already, I've already contacted them if they need any extra resources at Mass Luminosity. We'll definitely provide whatever is needed for the Philippines. They're just
definitely.
huge, great followers, and I saw the documentary about Manny Pacquiao. Wow, what a great documentary! I can highly recommend it for all Filipinos to watch that. So it's a great, he's a great ambassador for their country. Anyway, I just wanted to say that.
Great. Okay, so the giveaway hasn't started yet. Can we get any word on when the next giveaway is going to be started up? Because I don't think I
So
saw the
yes,
date yet.
absolutely. So that I'm the master in that one, so I have to answer that one. This giveaway is going to be different from any other giveaway we have ever done in a few respects. One of them is that we carefully um, designed this system with the help of Steiger Dynamics. And what I say carefully is Steiger Dynamics chassis, which are meant to look great in an office, in a room, or in your living room. So,
Mhm.
because they are home theater PCs that happen to be also gaming PCs, it's an all aluminum chassis, as we know. And one of the issues that they have, and specifically with the Maven, is that it's a smaller enclosure,
Mhm.
and thermal dissipation is a big issue. So we had to be very careful when we were designing this. So instead of using, for example, the super uber hot processor from AMD, I mean, let's just be honest, their
Yeah.
processors run really hot at over 300 watts. We went with an Intel processor.
Which was
And it's the
something I was about
first
to
time.
ask about why we made that switch this time. It's the first time, right, that we've had an
It's the
Intel?
first time in 3.5 years that we've used an Intel processor in any one of our builds. And then we obviously our partner for motherboards, which is Gigabyte, is using an Intel board for that. And then
Mhm.
a lot of people were asking, since we released that we were using the GPUs that we decided to use. Uh, I just got a notification. You hear that from from Gaming Tribe? So anyway, let me mute that. And so anyway, so that's another reason we had to use, and we using crossfires. We had to use the GPU, the 285s,
Mhm.
instead of the 290Xs, which is what we originally had, because we couldn't dissipate the heat. And there's
That makes
not enough
sense.
space. If you put two cards in there, there's not enough space to water cool
I was
them.
about to say that there's probably not enough space for the water cooling if you had that much stuff in a
Right,
much
and then
smaller space.
although the CPU, although we are water cooling the CPU with a Cooler Master cooler, we did have to make that decision. And the reason that I'm telling you this whole entire story is because of the fact that that's delayed the launch. We were
Yeah.
going to launch yesterday,
Mhm.
was the date that we had, and we've delayed it while we worked on all these issues, because we want to make sure that when we deliver this, that is exactly the experience that represents our standards and the standards of Steiger Dynamics and of all our partners that have uh,
Definitely.
that have. And in fact, AMD, I must say, they went beyond the Call of Duty by having an engineer contact Steiger Dynamics from their GPU department and talk
Wow.
about and they're the ones that recommended the 285.
Wow. That's
So
really impressive when you think
yeah,
about
so
it.
this is not like something we put together just to give away. This is something that's very thoughtfully done. And so why I think the giveaway is going to be very exciting for the community is because once we were done building that system, okay, and we were like, okay, here it is. We said, okay, why not give two of them away instead of one? Which potentially means that we'll give four of them away if
Yeah, with
PGL
the
win,
PGL.
if
Uh,
PGL winners are there, which is insane. But this giveaway has over $10,000 worth of prizes. It's one of our largest giveaways ever. Normally we fall into the
Ridiculous.
$8,000 area, and the systems are really nice. I think people are going to really like them, and I predict that we'll probably get a lot of entries right away on this particular promotion. And since also the PGL guys are going to be nuts, because now you have more chances. Think
Yeah, it's
about it.
already
As a
double your
PGL
chances to win.
user, yes, as a PGL user, you've just doubled your chances of winning, because there's two of them, obviously. whatever the odds are have just been doubled, and now there's two systems at one of your PGL recommendations. So I say the first day that you're gonna see the PGL all over Facebook, all over Twitter, and
Yeah,
of course we're gonna
definitely.
have to remind people not to post them on Gaming Tribe because it doesn't do anything for you there. So to answer your question, I would think that we probably will be launching somewhere at the latter part of this week. And what the first thing that you'll see, we're not going to tease this one like we have before with a lot of mysterious things. We're gonna tomorrow. We're gonna just release the um, the um, the specs on the system, and so for everybody to analyze them. And I think when we do that and we say we're giving two of them away, I think a lot of people get excited. And by
Definitely.
tomorrow, we should be able to announce the exact date.
So,
So
with two of them giving away, I do have one question. If a person has PGL links that go to both of the winners, like, so both of the winners are on a PGL link from one person, will that person receive two computers, or are we going to do something
cannot,
different?
yeah,
Okay.
cannot receive two computers. So they'll receive one computer and be the luckiest man in the universe.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Because that
so
odds of that are
we
very
will
minuscule.
we will definitely want to interview that person because that is just amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but I know people like, for example, Janelle, that's not with us today.
She's with us in spirit.
She had a lot of PGL
She had at
from
least
from her.
40, I think, or so.
No, more than that. She had
Really?
I think it
yeah,
was more like 90. I think 90
yeah,
Oh
it was
wow! The
close
runs
to
or
last I'd
100.
100.
heard from her, it was 40. I didn't really ask too much about it once she hit 40. I was like, okay, she's just gonna have a lot of them. That's
Right.
wow. And she wasn't even the highest, was she? We had one person hit
No,
like
no, there's some
It
people
was
that went
300 or
nuts.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
300, and we actually
yeah.
talked to him to
Yeah.
make sure that it was real, and he was part of a big clan, that had a lot of members that signed up. So that's
Pays to be
fine.
social.
Yeah, and so that's yeah. So it's going to be a real big. It's also another difference is that it's going to be, since we're giving two systems, it'll be a longer giveaway. The length of time of the
Yeah.
giveaway, it's
You
going
said
to
it'll be
cross
about.
over
You said
two
around
months
2 months or so.
roughly.
Yeah.
Yeah, about maybe 6 weeks to 8 weeks, something like that. And so we'll end somewhere in February of 2015. And then what a great way to start the year with getting
Definitely.
news that you get. This system is almost $4,000 system, each of them. So that's $8,000 right there in just two systems that we're giving away. And really, we're so happy to do it. It's not it's not a big deal for us. A lot of people think like we have to do it for some reason. No, we do
No.
it because we love doing it. We really think
Yeah.
that one of our last winners was from the Philippines. Since we were mentioning the Philippines, can you imagine
Yeah. The last winner
somebody
was. Yeah.
in the Philippines winning one of these? We've had people in South Africa. We've had people from all over the world win some of these systems, and it just I have only one person I know that won maybe 2 years ago, um, was slightly unhappy that they pulled out whatever GPU we had there and went with the competitor, which is NVIDIA. So they
Yeah.
just couldn't stand that it had an AMD GPU, but that's so rare.
Yeah.
We've given away well over $100,000 worth of systems by now, and we enjoy it, and so the sponsors are, they enjoy the process of it's great.
Yeah, and it feels good to do something like that because you're just helping out the community that's built y'all up. So it's great. And it
Hmm.
brings more people in. So it's just like a little cycle thing. And I can already
Right.
see with the start of the year being around the time of the giveaway, really getting rolling, there's going to be so many posts of my New Year's resolution is to win a beast from Gaming Tribe.
That's
There's going to be
right.
a ton of those. I can see it already in my
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah, and as long as people keep entering and don't get discouraged when they don't win, there's the only chance of not winning is when you don't enter. So
Exactly.
it's just you want to keep entering. Even if it's not, even if you don't win the beast, you can. There's other giveaways. Like even right now, we have the Dragon Age Inquisition giveaway
Hmm.
that's going on right now. So there's always opportunities. You just have to want to enter them and you get the chance. I mean, there's a guy from Antarctica who's got a chance. So
Alex, that's one of my pet peeves with the community when people start complaining about, oh, I've never won.
The
You
odds,
know,
though.
honestly, what kind of work that you really put in? We've made it so easy to enter our giveaways. It's just really a click
It's
and
about 2 clicks.
a couple likes or a few likes, which are all clicks of buttons. You don't have to put your name again. You don't have to create an account again. You don't have to do any of that. We eliminated all that in the process. And eventually, we're going to have a premium service. By the way, this is a breaking news for your show, Joe.
Woo
That we're
woo.
going to have a premium service that'll enter people automatically into all the top giveaways. I mean, what
Oh,
does
that'd be
premium
cool.
mean? What does premium mean? We haven't defined that yet. That's something that we'll talk about in 2015. But we
Look
are
forward
we
to
are
it.
putting together an entire program for people that really want to become, that really even don't want to worry about having to enter a giveaway, as long as they accept the general rules and regulations, which they always do. Most people skip over that anyway. So
Yeah, yeah.
so as long as they do, and we have some evidence that they have accepted those rules, then we'll just auto enter them, and they'll just be on the list, and we'll limit it. We'll be like maybe 10,000 people that can auto enter any giveaway that we do. So that means the moment we launch any giveaway, I'll have 10,000 automatic entries. So that's going to be really cool. I'm really looking forward to that, and that's easy to do. I hope, right, Theodore? Since I want to keep them away.
You got to keep
So
him
that's,
engaged.
yeah, I
It-
promise I would, Theodore, but I haven't done a good job. So
it's saying that's true. I mean, the important thing is that that winning and losing gracefully are equally important.
Very much
Because
so.
if
Which,
it's going around like trolling and flaming that didn't win, flaming the company, flaming the giveaway, it just doesn't do anybody any good. It's, you didn't win this time. There's always next time.
yeah,
Congratulate the person that won, and and be happy for them.
and that's something that the GT community has done very well. Everybody was exceptionally supportive of the last giveaway winner, and for the most part, outside of course, a few bad apples here and there, everybody's exceptionally supportive of the winner and always congratulates them, and that's a great thing to see. Um,
mhm.
Angel, I had a question from, I believe it was Racer PG on the chat. He was wondering, when is the Dragon Age
Razor
Inquisition?
PG.
Racer, I think it's Thomas from
Oh,
GT.
Thomas. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
he wanted to know when the Inquisition giveaway was going to be announced, who the winners would be.
You know, that's a great question. We've already picked 6 of the winners, but
Okay.
we haven't had time to pick the other 4 yet. And so once we pick the other 4, then we'll announce it. So just give us till Tuesday, and then we'll announce it like Tuesday morning or something like
Okay.
that. And don't buy the game, because anybody can get lucky. By the way, out of the 6 winners that we picked, I knew 4 people.
Oh,
So
wow.
so that's a huge percentage of people that are active in the community. Since, by the way, we've said it before, but if we being active at Gaming Tribe has rewards.
Mm-hmm.
You got, it's not only that it's a great community that we all agree that it is, that people that we lack trolling and spamming and obscenity and profanity, and we sort of completely absent of that, and no advertising, complete
Yeah.
privacy, all these great things that the community has. On top of all that, I mean, that's a great cake right there. But on top of all that, you can win stuff, but you have
Yeah.
to stay active. You can't just come in like, oh, they're having a giveaway right now, let me just get active, and think that that's the way that's going to count. You have to stay active, stay connected. And I think the rewards, to me at least, as a participant in the community and a member of the community, the rewards outweigh any negativity that any trouble that may cause in the life of people. That you have another social media network, quote unquote, that I hear a lot, that I now have to manage. It really is a great community, and then you can win stuff too. A lot of people have
Yeah,
won
which is
stuff.
great.
So
Which
anyway.
you mentioned the no advertising thing, and I remember that there was a post, I saw it on Facebook, but probably made it to Gaming Tribe too, where you had the layouts of social media over the years, and it
Oh,
had.
somebody else did that, but I copied it
Oh,
and
was
did
it?
it. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
I
yeah.
saw
I
it through
copied them.
yours, I think, but
Yeah, yeah.
it wasn't like it wasn't even just the advertising to me. I was just like, as I looked through it, like I didn't realize that the red meant advertising at first. I was just like, I wonder why the red boxes are there, and I was just like, you know what? It's a good point. It still brought me to the point that like a lot of social media has just become a mess. Like it's just all this like random stuff like in just different size, like all this like it just gets really messy and hard to look through. But GT has had a very well laid out, very streamlined thing where it's like what I see are people's statuses and the pictures along with the words they post. It's not like I don't get random like videos that automatically start playing on Facebook, so I have to run back through all my tabs and figure out where the sound's coming from. Like if I see a video I want to watch, I can click it. And it's just GT's done a very good job of keeping it streamlined. And I just wanted to say thanks because I remember like trying to get into like I remember MySpace and all those other ones through the years, and GT just sort of simplified it back into a state where it's actually enjoyable to use again for
Well,
fully.
and the reason why is our business model is completely different. So we do not sell or allow anybody to see the information that we gather about our audience. And I say gather is because we do in aggregate, we do know some things about our audience, which is great. We do share some information with the sponsors when we're talking to them, so they can understand, what is the gender division and
Yeah.
what are the demographics and all that, but nothing that we wouldn't release publicly. So all
Yeah, and
of our
that's fair.
information is actually things that we would release publicly. So so we had to. One of the things that's been the difficult part about what I do and what Kimberly Visaraga, which is our senior vice president of the company, is doing is when we talk to sponsors, we have to convince them that this is the right thing to do. That advertising, as I said before, Madman style advertising from the 1960s, that it's that's not a model that can be perpetuated to the current audience that really values a company that is actually investing in their experiences. So that was the basis of esports when we started esports back in 1997. And I took the same concept and say, why can't we apply the same exact concept to social media, but in a more intimate way with the companies have a relationship with people that is interactive. Now, bear in mind that this is a learning process. So companies tend to kind of spam and I'm doing a giveaway, I'm doing this, look at my great product, look at this, but they'll eventually get it. We're here for the long term, so we'll educate them on the proper way of handling the audience and how to communicate with this particular demographic. But I have to say I'm really proud, like AMD, Logic, all of our sponsors have
Yes.
really changed their style of communication and are really embracing this new methodology that we're sort of initiating with Gaming Tribe. So that's what's different. So we don't depend on advertising. We don't depend on people's information to survive. Trust me, we get offers. I mean,
Yeah.
now that as we get bigger and bigger, a lot of companies go. I mean, I just had a company, when was this? Wednesday, contact me and say that they would pay X amount of dollars. There's actually a big amount of dollars that we could use, by the way, to develop quite a few things if we gave them direct access to the data of our users. The answer
Ooh.
is immediate no. So, and they're not even in the industry. They're a company that does research for other companies.
Oh,
So they
well,
want
okay.
access to the data so they can turn around and sell it. And, that's all I need. All I need is for our audience to get spammed and and start receiving all this spam, and we're not doing that. So no, the answer is no. So, anyway,
That's true. And on the note on sponsors for U.S. residents, today is the last day to get free shipping from Balls.
That's
that's
right.
right. Also, something they did just for the Gaming Tribe audience, which is amazing,
Yeah.
by the way.
Exactly.
I mean,
That is pretty
they
awesome.
have a campaign going on, Alex. That when people go to their site, they're going to see free shipping on swag, and they're still doing that. But swag is not the product.
Yeah.
The
Swag is
product
like
is very
keychains.
yeah, it's like the keychain
Which I
and
have one, and it's
yeah,
awesome.
I
Definitely
do
use it
too. I
all the
really
time.
yeah. Oh, the USB one, the little bottle.
No, I actually one of my
You
friends
have the
really
bottle
needed a
opener.
flash drive. I've got a bottle opener. It's not on me right
Okay.
now, but I've got and I've had it for so long that it's like it's I don't know, it's just part of my keychain now and I love having it cuz I always use it whenever I need to open something.
So,
Yeah,
but
it's
but
great.
but they but swag is free shipping, so that people don't get confused and think. But they're doing any product you buy, including any of their beverages. And we I have my assistant Jay. I said, calculate how expensive it is to ship this stuff. It's expensive. It's like almost $30 to just ship it. And we tried the best possible to get the best possible prices, and we couldn't get it, very inexpensive because it's heavy. Liquids are
Yeah.
heavy, and they're bottled. It's a bottle
Yeah,
too.
it's
So
glass bottles, so they're
yeah, it's
it's like
glass
nice.
bottle. Yeah,
Yeah,
there you
like
go.
that.
Oh, the
Right
man.
here. Right here.
So anyway, so it's a great offer.
Yeah,
I
it
was
really
very
is.
pleased. Yeah, I was very pleased when the CEO of John Gunnarsson, the CEO of Bulls, agreed to do that. So
Uh,
that's great. Thank you for bringing that up, Alex. That's
yeah.
great.
I
Sure
have a
thing.
couple questions from the chat. One of them was, I don't know if you could say anything on this, Angel, but are there any new sponsors that are coming to GT in the near future that you could talk about?
Yes. Well, there are. Yes, we are expanding. 2015 is the year of expansion for us. One of the reasons that we wanted to finish phase two is because, as Theodore can say, we can spend the rest of our lifetimes programming. And I
Yeah.
mean, it's never ending. At one point, you just have to put the product out there, bugs or not, and just be done with it. And so, but I mentioned one, Logitech G. We haven't really formally announced, although people see their logo, that they are a major sponsor. So we'll be announcing hopefully very soon. And the reason why I say hopefully is because we just so it gets a little complicated here, guys. So bear with me a little bit. But some of you know that Shack News has a page on Gaming Tribe, and Shack News does videos. They're normally videos. Now they're going to expand. They're going to be they want to sort of become the content provider for our audience, so that you don't have to go outside of Gaming Tribe and get your sort of your game, industry news. And some other organizations will be coming also into Gaming Tribe to sort of give you content, so that you're not only communicating with the audience, you're getting your information right here also. That's just a natural process for us. And so the reason that I mentioned them is because they went out to San Francisco this past week to interview Brent Berry from Logitech G and about this major sponsorship of Gaming Tribe. And the reason I wanted them, instead of putting it on a press release for you to read it and all that, that doesn't really mean anything to our audience. I thought it'd be a lot better for them to explain why they decided to become such a major partner. They are now the global lead sponsor for Gaming Tribe, and I think that it should be in their own words on camera that they say that. So Brent, graciously agreed. So that's one. Then we have several other ones that we're working with right now, but we don't want to mention the names. But you'll see them after
Okay.
January comes around. Then we'll start announcing it. And then we have renewals. We have people that are staying with us. We'll have changes. This is a great time of the year for us because we get to select who we want to work with and who we don't, because not everybody's nice, and we just want to work with the nicest companies. So yes, there are some new companies, and you're going to see a lot of changes, and there'll be a lot more opportunities for our audience to get great prices, and not only price with Z, but price with a C on things that they buy, since we're going to have made discounts available to them.
Okay. One other question I'm gonna throw in because it was the first one. So, and then I think after that we're probably gonna have to stop. But it's a question for
Yeah,
Theodore.
345. Yeah.
Yep. Uh, so they were asking, will we ever see a text drop-down box like to have italics and bold in our status box on GT? Like anything to mess with the fonts, I guess, a little bit, as in like bolds and italics and underlines. Will we ever see that, or is
Oh,
there
for
a design reason?
comments.
No. For
Well,
comments?
Comments.
for
For
general,
for
no, just to format
statuses.
the status text
Yeah.
and comments and
Formatting. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh well, it's not the plan right now because
Okay.
we're trying to have the style consistent across all the fonts, all the text on the web page. Because for example the italics, you instantly when you look at Gaming Tribe, italics is a date when the thing was posted, date or time, instantly. And then if you have something underlined, it's a link. And if people start using that as part of their text, it's going to get confusing. It might help at some places, but it could be abused, and it's going to be hard to control that. So
Okay.
Uh,
no, it's not.
That makes
Yeah,
very
it's
good
not a
sense.
plan. Yeah.
I thought it might be a design choice not to, simply because, you know, you have already associations built up throughout the design of the website, so you don't want to have those associations get broken down. So yeah, that's a
There's
good point.
Yeah.
there's another reason that let me jump in. There's another reason also that we have to be careful to how much editing and changes we allow the audience to have, and it has to do with RWD. So when you design a site and responsive web design, you really have when you implement it, you really have to be very careful about how things are displayed because they change. You know, when you, let's say, when you bold things, it occupies more space and it creates in different screens, it could create issues that we're not aware of. This way you have basically, which is what Theodore is saying, you have a consistent homogeneous experience across a lot of different
Yeah,
platforms.
which
And so we prefer that than allowing more creativity. One of the things that I want to say is a lot of people have complained about the sound that now the notifications make. If you go to your profile to edit your profile under notification
Notification preferences. Yeah.
preferences,
mm-hmm.
there is go ahead, Theodore.
Yeah, and the notification preferences, the third checkbox to enable the notification sounds. If you untick it, if you unmark it, then it will stop the sound. You just press save, and then it updates. Well, if you have pages open, if you don't refresh them, they'll still play the sound until you refresh the page, and then it's going to stop until you enable it again.
Sounds good.
We did it. It's 3:46.
Okay, well, since that's going to be the last question, guys, I'm sorry I didn't get to everybody's stuff. If I saw some thank yous in there that I will give to them once we get off the stream, but we need to end it to try and keep our time concise. So I just want to thank everybody for tuning in to GT Insider. We will be back on at next Sunday at 3 Central Time.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Bye. And